Greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs. So today we're going to do an unboxing, quick first impressions of this gal. This is the Star Wars Hot Toys Clone Wars Ahsoka Tano. Based heavily on the Siege of Mandalore arc. I had this pre-ordered for a while, finally arrived, and we're just going to crack it open really and see what is what. I tend to be kind of focusing my collection nowadays on more of these statement pieces rather than, I still like getting some of the Transformers, obviously, they're my bread and butter, but the kind of main chug line, as it were, kind of doesn't. I just like to play around with and maybe, store somewhere. But something that I want on display in my house. What can I say? I'm getting old. My eyesight ain't as good as it used to be. So give me something nice and big to focus on rather than these little small things. So we're going to... The art looks great. I mean, that's the figure there. That's the figure there. That's Star Wars there, embossed on there. And it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan, huh? So, opens up like a shoebox. We have another bit of artwork there, and whoosh. Open it up. Here is our gal herself. Doesn't seem to be have as many of those plastic bags around us, because normally they have quite opaque, is that the right word? Plastic bags on them to protect them during transit. It doesn't seem to have those here. You can clearly see the figure when you open that up, but doesn't have one of the Velcro window releases. That's very strange. So we have a little side bit of accessories. Got some lightsabers there, and some hands, and some spare pegs for the arm joints, because, who knows? That all comes out fully like so. This over there. Got a plastic tray. Got the instruction sheet taped on there. And we should just be able to, let's open this up and hopefully not ping the accessories that are in this tray all over the floor as we do so. Alright, so there's plastic sheeting over it. It's just not as, I think I'm using opaque in the wrong sense. I think it might be the opposite of opaque. But yeah, so there's some plastic sheeting here to protect the figure. We'll take that out. So we have a cloak that she kind of wears primarily at the end of that Siege of Mandalore arc. There is a little communicator thing that the Jedis have. We also have some little holograms to pop into it. So there's a little, tiny little holographic Yoda. Tiny little holographic Anakin. And a tiny little, oh wow. So I'm just looking at it through the light here. And tiny, and the detail is, the sculpt is great. Tiny little Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's great. That's great. And our old staple of the Star Wars universe, a thermal detonator. We have a little doodah to operate a moving eye gimmick, which we're probably not going to get into on this video, but there we go. And then we have the figure itself. Cool. Not quite yet. Another bit of plastic. Hey! And we have the stand for her is Star Wars, Ahsoka Tano. I thought maybe they'd have a difference in the brackets just to state where she's from, because there's so many already kind of solicited. That's the correct word. That, and probably even more to come once the show comes out. She'll be the new Mandalorian, where you can get her in various different outfits or whatever that they end up wearing in the live action one. And there is the thing for the stand to hook onto her. I'm never a big fan of these. Hopefully the figure can stand by itself, but sometimes for some poses you kind of need that bit of wristbanding. So there's some black material here again for protection. It's there's a correct term for these head things. Monorail. There's a monorails, monotrails, headticles, and let's see. Let's get these. Be careful. Be careful. Right, not that careful. So we took her hand off. Not broke a peg. We're fine. This is fine. Opening a video of a figure like this is absolutely fine. Just doing it unedited and just getting straight into it. I'm sure nothing can go wrong. You little teases out there will probably enjoy it more if something does go wrong. So the time probably to do the usual YouTube things. You know, you can like and you can comment. And I'd say that, say if this is like the third video of mine you've watched and you're not subscribed, you might as well subscribe at this point. But, you know, if you're just a casual passerby, carry on. Do what you want. I'm not the boss of you. But if it's like your third or fourth time coming here, then, you know, drop us a subscription. Might as well, people. So, again, let's see. It's because this bit's sellotaped round, so it's actually narrower than the actual hand. So I think the way is to tease the hand off. At least I know the hands come off quite easily without breaking. That's a good one. I think I did break a hand on a 3-0 Cersei, I think it was, when I opened her up on video. But different companies and all that. I think Hot Toys are kind of the premiers, well, they're certainly the most expensive, but the market leaders in this kind of figure. I suppose they're not the most expensive. There's probably some super deluxe lines out there that go above and beyond, but I think on the standard, what you'd expect on a 1/6 figure, yeah, Sideshow are the market leaders. They're also very good at putting plastic bags around boots that probably not even doing that on camera, so it makes an even more thrilling experience if you're just watching the top of my head. It took me a while to get into Clone Wars, you know. I bought the Blu-rays or DVDs a while ago. Never got round to watching them. I watched the first few, and you know, I think the first season or so, maybe first season and a half, is pretty hard to get through, really. But once it gets going, oh, and then so once I got Disney Plus, maybe it was during the first lockdown, I was like, I am determined now to watch this Clone Wars, and especially because then Disney had gone back and done that final arc with the Siege of Mandalore, and oh my god, that was emotional. It really was. It kind of recontextualized the final film and the prequels in such an extraordinary way, and just improved on it, made it better. I'm just gonna try and pop her head off here because she's got some kind of baggy round her neck that we want to get off. There we go. There we go. Glad that never happened in the show. And there we have Ahsoka Tano, the Clone Wars edition. It's absolutely gorgeous, an absolutely gorgeous head sculpt. I am kind of a little bit, I'd love for him to do this kind of scale figure and do it animation accurate with, you know, with all the stylization, rather than going, let's make it look live action. But they have captured it really well in live action. I know a lot of people have said, oh, they've changed the face a little bit so she looks like a Rosie. Is it Rosie O'Connor? Rosie O'Donnell? Oh my god, why is the name escaping it? You know, who plays Ahsoka in the live action versions. And I don't think they have, really. I think the thing is that she was always being a kind of fan choice for the role because of how much she actually looked like the animation model anyway. So it was kind of a good marriage. But we could see just all this detail in the face. Again, I think sometimes I always wish they would do more facial expressions, that you could have more swap out faces to give a bit of emotionality to these figures, because they're always so blank, like posing for a passport. But we know that this is one of the main costs, is getting this head sculpt and face sculpt right. That's where the money is. So the more facial expressions there are, the higher the price point, really. So I think there's a little bit of bendy wire in these head tickles, for a better word, and just love just the stripiness and all that type of stuff. It just really kind of works. And then the outfit she's wearing for this arc really is kind of matches, so it really kind of works. You can either match or you can contrast, and this is, you know, really a matching, looking very uniform because it's a very kind of militaristic arc. So yeah, all in all, looks fantastic. There's going to be a little bit of play here at the head. You know, you can do some quizzical head tilts, but you know, there's not too much going on. There is an ab crunch back and forth. We have some butterflies here at the elbow. Got these rubbery arms, which there is an elbow joint there, so they do bend, but again, it's always advised apparently not to leave them like that, because you can mess with the rubber. But you know, they both bend, so you could leave them in a pose like that for a while, but it's not advised to kind of keep them like that. But you know, if it's in a good pose and you like it, then rock on. It's your figure. You do what you like. There's a bit of a turn here as well where the ab crunch is. Again, this kind of pleatherette dress, bits of material here and there, kind of moves really well with the figure. A lot of figures kind of have maybe slightly tighter clothes. There's kind of leggings she's wearing, so they stretch. They can do that. I wouldn't kind of do it with both legs because it feels like, yeah, that's stretching the material quite a lot. I think if you did it with both legs at once, you might split her pants, and nobody wants to do that. No one who goes in on a register wants to do that. So yeah, back and forth. Double bend at the knee. Some booty boot waggles. Cool bits of armour and stuff on her shins and on her wrists, because obviously they're the parts that need armouring the most. Maybe the Star Wars uniform. Star Wars universe, because you know, hands and legs, that's the main thing that's going to get chopped. There's a tray here with stuff in it. I think there's some pegs that you can remove these and put hooks on, so you can hook her lightsabers onto her side. It's fiddly to deal with by all accounts, so we're not going to do it on video. That's what you get. We kind of have a kind of like a force using, maybe just giving the V's, I don't know, hand. Another emotive grabby hand, or maybe for holding the thermal detonator and the communicator that we've talked about earlier. A couple of lightsaber holding hands. Oh, you can't see them in my big fat fingers. And a clenched fist for doing a bit of punching. We'll get the lightsaber holding hands are the ones we'll have out, because we might need them in a minute, because we have here a pair of lightsabers. Paired lightsabers. This is what I like about Ahsoka. These are in a blue lightsabers. They're still heading towards that the white. They're not as kind of stark blue as some Jedis have. So she has a short lightsaber and a long one, so she does have a paired set, which is kind of really quite cool. Very Ahsoka. We also have these kind of effect parts here, so you can do like a pose it like it's doing a woo, 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 woo. It's quite cool how, I don't know if you can make that out on camera, how it starts out bluer and goes to more clear to the edge of it, the other edge. So it transitions. Now it's got a fingerprint on it. But we're going to stick, well, let's do one woo and one normal. So pops out, makes a nice noise. So yeah, that's a view. And she's very much a reverse grip wielder, is Ahsoka. So we're gonna stick these in. I can't remember which hand she uses for which, so I'm gonna. Probably more advisable to warm these hands up a little bit before you start jamming accessories in them, but we are where we are, so so we just put an effect part on it, and it's gone into the ether. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so she can be kind of obviously time and effort will create better poses, but yeah, absolutely stunning. I think here's the major problem with this. For me, anyway. It might not be a major problem for you. I haven't bought Rex. I feel like having this, I need to have a Rex. I was half thinking about ordering Bo-Katan. Having this, I feel like I need to have a Bo-Katan. I was half thinking about getting the Darth Maul. Having this, I feel like I need to get the Darth Maul. I don't know if I've got the space for all this. But they look fucking good together. You know, have that representation of that final Clone Wars arc. In the... And I don't know if this is my favourite bit of Star Wars, but I think it's very close. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So we'll do a size comparison. Here it is next to the holiday special Boba Fett. That's how they look together. Don't drop your disintegrator. That's so that'd be good to see how she looked with Bo-Katan's colour scheme, and kind of base that more on that. And for another kick-ass teen, from across a different franchise, here she is with Alita Battle Angel. I'd say this did share the same body mold, but all of Alita is that robotic frame. So no, it's not. But yeah, maybe these two. Maybe rather I don't need to buy all those other things. Maybe I could just have a shelf with these two on, and that'd look cool. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, because I think these two might look cool together actually. Yeah. Well, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. This is just a cool figure, and enjoy kind of finding the right pose for it, the right loadout of accessories I want to display, and kind of putting it in a pride of place in my front room. So that's going to be great. Oh, she's got a cape, which it's got a clasp on it. Is that Velcro, or is that a pin thing? Am I going to break it? No, I'm not going to break it. And so if you wanted to have this figure that's beautifully crafted, detailed, has all these kind of accessories, really cool flourishing details, on her armor and stuff, and completely covered up. You can do. Everyone's a winner, baby. Yeah. Hot Toys, Ahsoka Tano, Siege of Mandalore, Clone Wars arc. Fantastic. Recommend picking one up if you can. Really, if you've enjoyed it. I don't know. It's expensive for what it is, but worth it, I think. Ultimately. Till next time, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes, and because you deserve it, let's give each other a good old fist bump across the screen. Bestow! Bestow!